Good morning, everyone. This is Linda. Today is the 9th of August. It's 3:47 a.m. I received an email late last night, and I got it this morning when I got up at 3. And I want to read it to you. It's extremely important. She says, or he says, I'm not sure which one this is. But anyway, hi, Ms. Kirby. My father works for Homeland Security, and he disclosed to my family tonight that because of his security clearances, he's seen government documents concerning a comet that's coming in September. Jade Helm is in preparation for the civil unrest that will result of the possible aftermath of the disaster. I know you've shared what God has said to you about an incoming asteroid. Just wanted to let you know you can share this information with your readers and listeners as confirmation. Please don't use my name. My dad said there are two schools of thought. One, that it will make a direct hit, or two, that it will be so close that it causes a lot of damage anyway. He said its path is with the sun, so it's right near impossible to see. He said many other things too, but those were the most important that I wanted to get to you so you could tell people if you thought it was what God wanted you to tell them. It's a weird world we live in and a strange time to be alive. God bless you in your ministry. So there you have it, confirmation from Homeland Security that Jade Helm is in preparation for the disaster of an incoming comet or asteroid due in September. I emailed her and asked if they had an approximate date, and because a lot of people have been seeing the number 23 and they didn't know why. And even I have felt the number 23 was important, but I didn't know why either. So once I get that information from her, I will put it in the newsletter on Monday. But I wanted to get this to you so that you could do whatever you felt was necessary to protect you and your family. As we know from not only Ephraim Rodriguez's prophecy, but other people's prophecy, that the asteroid will hit out in the Atlantic Ocean near Puerto Rico, and most of the East Coast will be covered in tsunami waves. I've heard reports that it will come in as far as 100 miles inland. So I'm saying that to you so that if you live in those areas, you may want to vacation somewhere in the middle of the country. It will cause earthquakes to erupt. So the New Madrid is expected to split the United States. And since we are splitting Jerusalem, I would suspect that's why we're going to be split here in the United States. Remember what the Lord said about that. Also, all the big fault lines out on the west, we've been hearing a lot about Oregon's fault line is worse than the San Andreas. We've been hearing a lot about that other fault line. Is it Haywood? Is that the name of it? That is worse than San Andreas. So if you live anywhere near a fault line or any diameter around those fault lines that you will feel the impact, I don't know if you can move, but if you can't move, then take precautions. This is not good, but we knew that it was coming, and we can prepare. The Lord told me also, when he told me about the incoming asteroid, he said, didn't I tell you I would snatch you from the snare? So I don't believe that we true Christians who are walking close to Jesus will be here to feel the impact. I have a feeling, and I don't have this from God, it's just my personal opinion. I have a feeling we're going to go up as it comes down. So that's great. But if you don't have your life right with God, you've got a couple of weeks at minimum left that you can get your life right with God. And if you don't think that this is true, okay, you're going to find out soon. When I gave that asteroid prophecy, I got a lot of bad email from it. The naysayers, of course, I expected that. But the Christians asked me what spirit was I hearing from. So you see, even the Christians are doubting it. And I can understand it because there are so many fake people out there giving fake prophecies. But they should have prayed about it instead of blaspheming the Holy Spirit. But in any case, I wanted y'all to have this information timely. You're getting it as I got it. I just got up at 3 o'clock, got my email, and I saw it, and I stopped and put up this video for you so you would have every second of time remaining to get whatever you need to do done. Get your life right with God. That's top priority, or you will be here when the impact hits. If you've got your life right with God, then you need to work on your family, or you need to go on a vacation somewhere where it's safe. Where I am in Tennessee, when the New Madrid Fault goes, the water from the Mississippi and Great Lakes is going to come in as the Navy models that I have seen. These waters are going to come in to the western side of Nashville. So I'm an hour southeast of Nashville. So I'm going to be pretty protected from that part. However, the tsunami coming up from Alabama is going to lap at our county. So I don't know if it's going to hit our county because we're right near the Alabama line. So, we might get a little bit of wet here. I don't know. But I'm not going to be here, but I'm thinking that perhaps I might have some family members that's going to be here. Yeah, I've been working on them, but you know how it is. Okay, guys, I needed to give you this information. I'm so sorry, but in a way, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I have to give this, that it is coming, but I'm so happy that I finally have government confirmation. And the reason I trust this confirmation is because I trust the Lord. I knew the Lord was telling me the truth, and I know the Lord can't lie, and I knew I was hearing from the Lord. So I believe this confirmation is right on the money because it corresponds with what the Lord told me. So I trust it because it confirms exactly what the Lord said. He told me Jade Helm was for preparations for after the asteroid. He told me that. So all of this is exact match. So I believe that the Homeland Security information is real. Okay, guys, I love you. Bye-bye.
This next thing is huge. It's called Comet, Plague of the Darkness. Now what this is speculated and rumored to be a disc-based DLC that will replace Destiny itself on the shelves at retailers. So what will happen is if you want to start playing in September 2015, the date that it says right below it, you would buy Comet, Plague of Darkness. So it would be Destiny, Comet, Plague of Darkness.
I was also given a link to this website, and the link is below. The article is about some new video game coming out in the fall of 2015. It is from the Forbes website, and the article is titled, Leaked Destiny Plans Show Massive Comet Expansion in Fall 2015. I will just read some of what this article says. A new image is making the rounds, reportedly showing the next year or so of Destiny content plans. We all know that Activision, Bungie's 10-year, $500 million experiment, was going to keep pumping out new content to keep players engaged, but we didn't know what form that would take in the long run. Now we just might. The image, supposedly leaked from an internal Bungie meeting, shows 5 new pieces of DLC extending through what may be as late as first quarter 2016. 2 we know about, the recently released The Dark Below expansion and the upcoming House of Wolves, but the other 3 are news, should they actually exist. Most important is a larger piece of content known as Comet Plague of Darkness, set to land in September 2015. While the other pieces of DLC all appear to be following the same pattern as The Dark Below, 3 story missions, 1-2 strikes, 1 raid, and a few multiplayer maps, Comet appears to be a much bigger content addition, a true expansion, if you will. Bungie hasn't confirmed the authenticity of Comet yet, but as we head into 2015, I'm guessing that will change. I think what we have here is a look at Bungie's long-term content plan, and depending on how it's handled, I kind of like it. A chief complaint about the recent Dark Below expansion was that it was misusing the term, particularly compared to hefty Blizzard-styled expansions that are truly game-changing. But what we have with Comet is practically half the content of the original game, at least in terms of missions and strikes, and finally the map will be getting significantly bigger with the addition of an entirely new area. This also may imply that Bungie may have a very specific strategy for the next 10 years mapped out. The pattern laid out here is the original game in the fall, then 2 shorter DLCs, then a big expansion the following fall, then 2 more shorter DLCs, then presumably either another big expansion in fall of 2016, or perhaps the debut of Destiny 2. We know a true sequel is already in the works, but we don't know how it will interact with the content behind it. I have to imagine character data will transfer even if there's a new disc, but I suppose that's no guarantee. Still, it would be silly to have this much content to bolster your characters, only to have a hard cutoff at a sequel. But that's a problem for at least 2016, I suppose. Destiny is a complicated game because few have tried anything like it, so there's really no roadmap forward. Destiny will continue to be a roller coaster ride for some time to come, it seems. Hopefully Bungie will have more light to shed on this plague of darkness soon.